combination of history and folklore. I'm going to tell you some stories about two legendary figures in history who were known for their wit and wisdom. Can you guess who they are? Huh? Yes. Who? Tenali Rama and Birbal. Yes. So I'm going to tell you stories of Tenali Rama and Birbal. Not Tenali Rama and Birbal together, but some stories about Tenali Rama and some about Birbal. Alright? Okay. I'm saying it's a combination of history and folklore because they actually existed in history. Yeah? And the stories about them are folk tales. Okay? Now, today I'm going to tell you some introductory facts about Tenali Rama and Birbal. Okay. Now, Tenali Rama was known as Tenali Rama because he was from the village of Tenali. Well, he wasn't born there. He was born in some other village in Guntur district. But he moved to Tenali when he was very young because his father had passed away and his mother took him to Tenali to her brother's house. So he was brought up there in his maternal uncle's place. He was known as actually Ramakrishna. Okay, there is a very funny story as to how he got the blessings of goddess Kali. You want to hear that? Okay. When he was about 20 years old or so, he was already married by then. A saint approached Rama and taught him a mantra by which he could worship goddess Kali. The whole night Rama sat in the temple chanting this mantra, and by early morning goddess Kali appeared before him in all her splendor and said, Rama, I'm very pleased. Come on, ask what you want to ask. And Rama actually felt like laughing because he saw goddess Kali for the first time with her 1,000 heads, and he actually started laughing. Goddess Kali said, what's so amusing? And he said, oh goddess, oh mother, please forgive me. Actually, when I get a cold, when I get a runny nose, I find it very difficult to manage with my two hands, you know, my runny nose. And I'm wondering that with your 1,000 heads, if you get a runny nose, how would you manage? And I felt like laughing, that's all. I'm not trying to make fun of you. And the goddess also started laughing. And she said, well, Rama, well, you have a great sense of humor. Okay, I bless you that you will be known for your jest, your capability to make people laugh. Okay, I grant you something more. Here, she said, here I have a bowl with milk. And this is not ordinary milk. This is a milk of wisdom and knowledge. And here I have another bowl. This has curd, and this curd is curd of wealth. Now choose, which one do you want? Now Rama wanted both, so he said, oh goddess, can I please taste before I say which one? Goddess said, yeah, okay, taste. And as soon as she said yes, he immediately took both the bowls and finished both of them. So he had both the milk of wisdom and knowledge as well as the curd of wealth. Now the goddess said, what is this? Are you trying to cheat me? He said, oh no goddess, I'm not trying to cheat you. You see, you know, what will I do with knowledge if I can't have any wealth at all? And what will I do with the wealth if I do not have the knowledge to use the wealth? Right? So I need both. You should be giving me both, right, oh goddess? So she said, all right, Rama, you are too intelligent. Okay, I grant you both. And the goddess vanished. Now this is how he got the blessings of the goddess with his intelligence and wit. Then he moved to the Vijayanagara Empire. Okay, and he wanted to go into the court or darbar of King Krishnadevaraya. But how to do that? Any Tom, Dick and Harry cannot enter, you see. So he approached the Raj Guru, the royal guru, the king's guru, teacher. And he requested him to introduce him to the king. The Raj Guru said, yeah, sure, but then he kicked him out. So Rama said, what? I have to teach this Guru a lesson and somehow manage to enter the court. He thought, what shall I do? And then he followed the Guru for a few days to see what does he do during the day. And then he saw that in the morning, usually the Guru goes to the river to take a bath. So one morning he followed him, and the Guru was taking a bath with his clothes on the shore, and Rama quietly took all the clothes and hid them. When the Guru came out of the river and searched for his clothes and said, hey, where are my clothes? And Rama said, here they are, your clothes are here. Now if you want your clothes back, then you have to listen to what I say. You promised to let me into the court of the king. You said you will introduce me to the king, but then you kicked me out. Okay, now for that you need to be punished, and so if you need your clothes, you have to agree to what I say. So the Raj Guru, well, what to do, Nell? He needed his clothes, right? How to go to the palace? And so he said, okay, please give me my clothes. I'll do what you say. So he gave him back. Rama gave his clothes back. The Raj Guru put on his clothes. And then Rama said, okay, now you carry me on your shoulder. And the Raj Guru had to carry Rama on his shoulder and said, okay, now walk towards the palace. So now the Raj Guru, carrying Rama on his shoulder, was walking towards the palace. As he came closer to the palace, the king, King Krishnadevaraya, he was in his palace in the balcony, and from there he saw, huh? What is this? My Raj Guru, he's carrying somebody on his shoulder. So he called the guards and he said, go, somebody is making my Guru carry him on his shoulder. So go and thrash that fellow, give him a good beating, okay, and bring my Guru with respect to the court. Now these two guards who had been asked to do this, they were new. They had been just appointed that day and they did not know who the Raj Guru was. So when they went out, by then Rama was so clever, he quickly got down and he carried the Raj Guru on his shoulder and started walking. So when the guards came there and they saw somebody carrying somebody on their shoulder, so they thought that Rama was Raj Guru and they mistook the Raj Guru for Rama. So they thought, oh, this fellow is making the Raj Guru carry him on his shoulder. So they gave a good beating to the Raj Guru and took Rama with respect into the court of King Krishnadevaraya. So when the king saw Rama, said, what? Where is my Guru? And then Rama said, O king, I am Rama from Tenali. I wanted to come to your court, but then what happened was I approached the Raj Guru and then he promised and then he kicked me out and so I hid his clothes, and he told all the story. Whatever happened, he told the king everything. Alright. And then he said, now please, you can punish me if you want, but this is what happened because I wanted to come here. So King Krishnadevaraya was quite amused when he heard all this. He said, well, you seem to be a witty guy. You are shrewd and intelligent too. I can do with people like you. Alright, I will let you be one of the 8 gems in my court. You can be my court jester and you can be my advisor too. Wow. And so this is how Tenali Rama managed to enter the court of King Krishnadevaraya, and he became one of the 8 gems in his court. Okay. And then there were so many stories which show how intelligent he was, and one by one I'll be telling you those stories. Okay, now let's move on to Birbal. Now Birbal's original name was Mahesh Das. He was born in a place in Uttar Pradesh, And when he grew up, he served in the Rajput court of King Ramchandra of Rewa in Madhya Pradesh. And one day, King Akbar, the Mughal emperor, King Akbar, with some of his ministers and courtiers, he had gone somewhere, and then as he was returning, they all got lost. They did not know how to go back to Agra. The king's palace was in Agra, and they didn't know how to reach Agra. So they were wondering what to do, and they came across a place where there were 3 roads. So they didn't know which road would lead them to Agra. They didn't know which road to take. They were just wondering what to do. At that time, Birbal, that is Mahesh Das, he came walking from one of the roads. So Akbar said, "Hello, oh, hi, you see, we want to go to Agra. Could you please tell us which road goes to Agra?" And Mahesh Das smiled to himself and said, "Well, sir, none of these roads go to Agra." Akbar said, "What? There are 3 roads here. One of them has to go to Agra." And Mahesh Das said, "Oh no, none of these roads will go to Agra. If you want to go to Agra, you have to walk and go. The road will not go." So then Akbar was also quite amused. He started laughing. "Okay, that's what you mean, that the road will not go, we have to go." "All right. Well, man, you have a great sense of humor. Okay, do you know who I am? I am Akbar, the Mughal emperor. Here, take my ring, and whenever you feel like, you can come to my court, show this ring, then I will know who you are, okay? And we'll see after that. You seem like a great guy. Okay, now help us out and tell us the route to Agra. We are hungry and tired. We want to reach the palace." And then Mahesh Das helped them in reaching Agra. After some time, Mahesh Das went to Akbar's court, and Akbar recognized him because of the ring, and then he remembered the whole incident. He said, "Oh yeah, you are the person. Oh, you have a great sense of humor." And Mahesh Das told him that he was a poet and a scholar in the court of the other king, the Rajput king. And so Akbar said, "Okay, I want you to be in my court from now on. You will be one of the 9 gems in my court." And this is how Birbal became one of the 9 gems, the Navaratnas, in Akbar's court. Okay, so today we end here. But I'm going to be back soon with the stories about Tenali Rama and Krishna Devaraya and Birbal and Akbar. Okay, till then, this is Madhavi Aunty saying bye.